Hello, it's Mike with a little fan cam video. Hope you don't mind. Just wanted to have a quick chat about the fact that West Ham have signed a player. We've signed a player. We've actually signed someone. How good's that? Malick Diouf. Yeah, really pleased with that. Just wanted to see tell you what I thought and see what you guys think. Really happy we've bought someone, obviously. Never heard of him. So I've gone full Gonzo, watched all the videos with the loud dance music and all the rest of it. He looks good. He looks good. He looks strong, fast, likes a shot, got a good cross on him. Yeah, I mean, I know they always make him look like a world beater anyway, but he looks a decent player. But I mean, most importantly for anything, Potter wanted him and eventually we got him. So really, really pleased with that. And I think this is the kind of player that I really want to see us going for. Like a 20 million in today's value kind of player that looks young, can look to progress and, possibly double his money in a year or two. That's the kind of player I think we should be going for. Brighton do it so well. Bournemouth do it well. And some other Premiership teams do it well as well. Brentford, they do it really well. Pick people that you've never heard of before, and all of a sudden they rock up, and it doesn't take them a year to acclimatise to the Premier League, and all of a sudden these lads look like they're decent, really good players, and they get cherry picked by bigger teams. I'm not saying that I want us to sell players to supposedly bigger teams, but we need to be doing this, getting good value players in instead of doing, no disrespect, but going and buying the James Ward-Prowses and paying top money for them, and then getting a sort of decent season out of them, and then that's it. Their value drops off. They're getting older and they don't play quite as well. They're losing their legs or whatever. It's not doing us any favours, and a transfer ping pong kind of strategy is really sort of biting us in the butt this season. So yeah, more of that please. So no, really pleased with him. I think it'll be good for Scarles as well, which sounds daft, but Scarles is a year younger than him. I think they are slightly different players. I get the impression from what I've heard and what I've seen myself, that he's a bit more attacking than Scarles is, and they could complement each other. They're not going to be in the pitch at the same time, I wouldn't have thought, but being slightly different, but playing in the same area of the pitch might work quite well. Of course, the Africa Cup of Nations, we're going to lose Malick for 6 weeks or so. So Scarles is going to have plenty of opportunity there as well. So I think it's good. I mean, if I was, I'm not everyone's the same, but my mentality is, if I was Scarles, I'll be looking at this lad saying, okay, cool, come in, I'm going to have your place. I'm going to prove I'm the better player. That's my mindset with stuff. He may not work like that, but if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And if that means beating the person in front of you, that's what you got to do. You got to have that mindset. So I think it'll work well for him. And hopefully we've got two young left wing backs, whatever, that can keep us going for a few years. Or, he does well and we make some money off him and we can reinvest. So, good transfer, I think. And I'd like to see more of that. Obviously, Kudus has gone. I've been thinking about this a little bit. And I know it's been spoken about quite a bit. I was thinking about this earlier. The selling, we got to sell before we buy. I'm not entirely sure that's completely a financial thing. When the boys come back from pre-season last week, Potter had 27 players, including some of the youth, loanies and come back and stuff like that. And that didn't include, obviously, Alvarez, who's been away. So that's 28 players, if you include Alvarez. And we've just lost 4 or 5 players who are out of contract. So that's a lot of players. I know a lot of them are youth. and you can't really count them. But they've still got a place. So there's a lot of players there, isn't there? So I was thinking, well, were they thinking, right, we need to sell before we buy, because they didn't want to buy loads of players and do a proper Chelsea and then have loads of players that they've got to try and get rid of, because people will know you're desperate if you need the money, which we may or may not need. People are also going to be desperate, thinking they know you've got to get rid of these players, because otherwise they're just going to cost you money. Because, you know, by the end of the transfer window, if you've still got them, we can do them. If you can't loan them out, or you can't sell them, you're stuck with them. So you're going to pay people to do nothing. So there's that side of it as well. So I don't know if maybe that was the reason for it. Not that I'm trying to defend any kind of board whatsoever, you understand. But I did wonder if that had something to do with it. And that was the whole premise of having to sell before you buy. Because as soon as Kudus is out the door, within days, Magic Diouf is on the, you know, on the plane on the way over. So yeah, interesting that. Obviously we do, because we do need to get rid of players, don't we? Let's be honest. You know, there's a few players that really and truly Potter don't want, and they need to go, because there's no point having players that are just doing nothing. You don't want to continuously loan players out if they've got no future. You might as well just get some money from them, get them gone, draw a line under it and move on. So that was my thoughts on that. And then obviously just like the Kudus thing, sorry, like I started mentioning a minute ago, gone. On reflection, I thought about last season. He was pretty crap last season. Didn't seem to fit into our system whatsoever. I do think he's a good player, and I think he'll probably go on to do well. Hopefully not at Spurs, but he probably will do. But he didn't do well last season. He didn't have a great season. His attitude, you know, I was thinking about it. He scored. Was it last game of the season that he scored? Didn't even celebrate. Didn't even do anything. I mean, it speaks volumes, really. So either he'd had enough and he wanted to go, which is fine, whatever, or was he a little bit disruptive in the training room? Because there was a lot of potential bust ups. I know some of it was with Lopetegui, wasn't it? But yeah, Todibo having a bust up, Areola having a bust up, Kudus having a bust up. He lost his rag against Tottenham, ironically, and got a 5-match ban, didn't he? 5-6 match, whatever it was. So, is there something more going on there? Maybe. So all things told, we got 55 million for him, paid over three seasons, was it, or something like that? So that wasn't too bad. Then you look at the price of the players around him. It's difficult because you with Kudus, he's ceiling so high from what I saw first season, and you know what he'd done with Ajax as well. You can look at it like we didn't get enough money for him, or you can look at it like he's a bit disruptive potentially, and he was crap last year. And look at the other players that are going around him in, you know, for similar money in similar positions. Ain't ideal he's gone to Tottenham, but he has gone. We got some money for him. We can reinvest it, move on. Where we go. So yeah, that was my thoughts. Pleased about Magic Diouf. Hopefully we'll see some more players now. Sad Kudus went, really, but I think I would have got rid of him anyway, because I just didn't. Bowen's position was his best position. He ain't never going to play that position, is he? So shame how it ended, but we got some money for him. Move on, and hopefully we'll get some more players in, and we'll have a really good season this season. We can but hope. So thanks for listening. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. If you've liked it, please like the video for me. Really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Take care.